the second stanza of the elementary school classroom in a slum. We are going through Stephen Spender's description of the classroom. So the fourth painting that he describes is that of an open-handed map. The open-handed map is, of course, the world political map. And it has been described as open-handed. That means open-handed. That simply means that the world political map that has been put up on the wall represents a world wherein there are no political disputes regarding the boundaries of nations, especially those whose political boundaries are contiguous with each other or with one another. So open-handed map. This can also be understood in a slightly different manner. Open-handed would mean a political map whose political boundaries have been delineated without any one political leader hiding anything regarding his country's political boundaries from another political leader. So open-handed in that sense. There is no dispute or disagreement among different nations regarding their political boundaries. So this is the fourth paper, chart paper that decorates the walls. And and yet for these children, this is the contrast that the poet brings, and yet for these children it is the windows of their classrooms, the view that the children get to see through the windows of their classrooms is the world, and not this map, not the world represented in this particular world political map. It is their world, the children's world, where all their future is painted with a fog, where the air is not clear. Toxic chemicals have been, numerous highly toxic chemicals have been pumped into it, as a result of which it's hazy, it's smoky, and the smoke or haze or fog is a representative of an unclear, uncertain and bleak future that lies ahead of these children. And it is this world that they lead their lives in, breathing this toxic air in and out daily. A narrow street sealed in with a lead sky. It says, the last but one line, a narrow street sealed in with a lead sky, describes the congested surroundings that they live in. They live in hutments which have been built close together, and there are lanes and by-lanes, resulting in unhygienic surroundings and a lot of congestion. So the smoky air, the air filled with smoke, haze, pollutants and toxic chemicals, the congestion created by this is further aggravated by the congested surroundings that they lead their lives in, which is further aggravated by the fact that they never get to see a clear blue sky, because the air is laden with toxic chemical called lead. And this world is far, far from rivers, capes and stars of birds. And this word, poet says, is far, far away from the world where rivers carry crystal clear water, the world of river banks, beaches, that is, capes, and the world that the stars of words, poets, literateurs, story writers have created in their works. So this particular the world that the world political map represents is quite different from the world these children are forced to lead their lives in. Now, as far as this particular stanza is concerned, the way to read it will tell you the manner in which you read this particular stanza will actually tell you the number of chart papers that are on the wall. So the second particular chart paper is that of Tyrolese Valley, and it should be read like this only: cloudless at dawn, bells flowery, Tyrolese Valley. So, in this particular stanza, the poet has has described in no uncertain terms the futility, the uselessness of the world political map that has been put up, and the futility also of the uselessness also of the chart paper depicting the Tyrolese Valley, and also the uselessness or the futility of the chart paper depicting all such organizations